Here we go. AQR 7.2.1 binary number system, day 1. So, what's that?
Whenever you get the chance.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
And their notes are online.
Yeah, appreciate it.
So yesterday, in terms of review, real quickly, we learned that the decimal meant that we were using base 10. Okay? So when we think about the number 586, an example, this is the same thing as 5 times 10 squared plus 8 times 10 to the first plus 6 times 10 to the 0, which is the same thing as 5 times 100 plus 8 times 10 plus 6 times 1, which is 500 plus 80 plus 6. Now, the way I did it here, we could have done it in the reverse order as well. If I did reverse order, it still works the same. So, for example, 327 is the same thing as 7, because what I'm doing is I'm going this direction, times 10 to the 0, plus 2 times 10 to the first, plus 3 times 10 squared. This is 70 times 1, plus 2 times 10, plus 3 times 100, which is 7 plus 20 plus 300. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this is they both are the same thing, right? Regardless of which way I'm going to be breaking it down to decomposition. In my opinion, as we go through binary, it's easier to go from right to left in your decomposition of breaking out the numbers. So if I wanted to figure out what this number was, I would do 7 plus 20 plus 300. But of course, that's pretty obvious. I get 327 because that's where I started. We are now going to be talking about binary. Okay? Binary, as you saw in your do now, refers to base 2. Okay? Why is binary important? Can anybody answer why binary is important? I kind of gave some answers. Why is it very helpful to use to understand binary? Or where is binary used? No, where, like in the real world? It is easier, but it is easier for computers to use binary because of the use of electrical currents. One and zeros are used as on and off. So basically what happens with computers is when what they only do is they send these currents, these electrical shocks and from one point to another point. The computer is on or off. Is the current going from this point to this point? That's on. It counts that as a 1. It doesn't go through there, that's off. So it's very easy for a computer to determine things as being on or off
a 1 and a 0. And that's how computers are able to talk. And it was that breakthrough of understanding, hey, we can send these electrical currents and utilize the binary system in order to develop this whole computer technology. Okay? And that's what it's been doing, and then it's been expanding and expanding and expanding, more ones and zeros. So, when we do binary, you'll get something such as 10010. Now, most of you will look at this number and say, hey, that number is 10,010, right? That's 10,010. So how do I know I'm referring to binary? I'll say that this is the binary, or we write a little lower script 2 underneath right here. In this lower script, subscript 2 says binary, okay? I will tell you either this is binary, or I will use this subscript. Now, this 2 does not mean it's part of the number. It's saying that these numbers represent the binary system of on and off. So, if we think about the decomposition here, all right, and we go backwards in the decomposition, all right, the first number right here is 0, and it's 0 times what? 2 to the 0. Okay, that's that first one right there. Plus 1 times 2 to the first, plus 0 times 2 squared, plus 0 times 2 cubed, plus 1 times 2 to the fourth. Now I'm going backwards here. And therefore, this is 0 times 1 plus 1 times 2 plus 0 times 4 plus 0 times 8 plus 1 times 16. So the decomposition of these numbers is much the same process in binary as it is in decimals. And we go from right to left because it's easier to figure out which number represents which. This is the same thing as, therefore, 0 plus 2 plus 0 plus 0 plus 16, which gives us what? What is that? We can do that math. 18. So what we just learned is 10010 in binary is the equivalent as 18 in decimal. And in today's work, that's as much as we are trying to make sure that we can do today. Our goal is that if I give you a binary number like this, that you can turn it into something like this, 18. Tomorrow's focus will be turning 18 into the other direction, okay? Now, you know the bases of 10. 1, 10, 100. What comes after that? When the bases of 10. We start at 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. And that's very easy for you to remember. So when you do the decomposition of decimal like you did in today's Do Now, not too bad. But when thinking of the decomposition in binary, keep going on as many places as we want. The first one we start is 1. The reason why it's 1 is because that's 2 to the 0. The next number is 2 to the 1, which is, what's the next power? What's 2 to the 1? Yeah. Just double the number every time. So what's double of 1? 2. Double that. Double that. Double 4. double 8, double 16, double 32. And I'm going to go at least one more because I want to go to at least the doubling that, which is 128. If you've heard of things like 128-bit, back when I used to play video games, the video games were 8 bits, which means that everything that was composed on the screen can only utilize 4 zeros and ones. So each little section was 4 zeros and ones. And so what that meant was how detailed can you be? Then came out the 16-bit systems, the 32-bit systems. And then when they had 64-bit, the Nintendo 64, that was nice. It had 64 bits, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Every little pixel can be so much more detailed because it was 7-bit or 7 bytes, which is different than a bit, for that. And then 120. And now, basically, technology has gone. When you talk about the PS5 and the Xbox One X, they're talking about millions in terms of each one. That's where technology has come forth, and it's able to process all those zeros and ones instantly or within microseconds.
What do you think about the cloud, like Steam?
What?
What do you think about
Steam seems awesome. You need to have a very strong computer, though, for utilizing Steam. So if you have a very strong laptop and stuff like that, it's very good. That's a whole side conversation. But yeah, I'm a big fan of it. So let's look at an example. Convert 10111111 from binary to decimal. Okay? So basically, we can use this table to understand which one of these numbers are going to be. So we're just going to place them in this table. So I'm going backwards. 1, 1, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 0, and 1. Hold on. So that equals 128 plus 32, because it's a plus a 0. Correct. And we can slap that into a calculator, and I would get 191. Real quickly, to make sure to see how comfortable you feel, the last one, I want you to try to convert 100111 from binary to decimal. Take a minute. Try to convert this number to decimal. If you're able to do it, we have successfully completed today's lesson objective. 100111 in binary. Convert that to decimal form. And that is our lesson once you get it. Now, some people like to start with the 128, like I said right here. But you have to know that that number is 128. Others will try to go backwards. I prefer going backwards, like I said, and starting with the 1. Yeah. You can keep going further and further. But in terms of what you would expect on the exam. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is called 8 bytes. This is 8 bytes, B-Y-T-E. Bits versus bytes are different. So 8 bytes. If I'm writing the number in 8 bytes, there's a 0. So, but I don't have to write because it's assumed that everything in front of it is a 0. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And so this is 7 bytes. Too big. Yeah, you're too big. I think you did it as 1, 1, 0. I think you did 1, 1. All right, so let's try this to see how we did. again, let's go the other direction. So this would be, or we can write, this is a 1 plus a 2 plus a 0. That's going to be 4 plus 8 plus 0, which is 16, plus 0, which is the 32, plus 64. Let me write it like this. 0 times 4. No. So this gives me 1 plus 2 plus 8 plus 64, which is, somebody else, I know did you get it a little bit, I think she got a little math problem over there, but anybody else get it? Are we going to do the math now? What's 1 plus 64? Plus 10? And this answer is 75. Now, if you want to, again, you could also utilize the table like this. This is a very helpful thing. So when we were filling out this number, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. You could also see these numbers right here is how I got them. 1, 2, 8, 64. Or you can go backwards and do it this way, right in here. This is the more visual method. Yeah. And that's what I said. So you, yeah. So this, and that's why I said you did 1, 1. I knew you did 1, 1. You were treating it like 1 and 1, so you were counting it as 64 plus 32, and I knew your number was too big right off the bat.
Yeah. So when they're using, I just want to make sure I have it around the table. So when you're using the table, any place that there's a 0, you're not using that number. So you have the 1, the 2, the 8, and the 64. Wait, missing the 30. Did I miss a 30?
No, there's no 32 because it's a 0.
Okay.
So that's how you do it using a table. If you don't want to use the table, then you would want to go backwards and say, okay, it's 1, 2, 0 times 4, 8, 0, 0, 16, 0, 32, 64. Some of you feel more confident doing like that and want to just do it there, but in reality, you can hopefully see that the table is a lot easier. That's our lesson. Finish that exit ticket. We have 2 minutes. We'll get some practice tomorrow.